Elon Musk's new subscription checkmark model allowed users to impersonate big brands. We steal your water and sell it back to you lol. Man doing yard work with family, shot dead because his neighbor thought he was a Democrat. Suspect indicted in neighbor's killing, Morgan Township. Developing story. Okarana, Ohio. An Okarana man has been indicted on one count of aggravated murder for the shooting of his neighbor. Butler County Sheriff says the man, a 26-year-old, shot and killed his 43-year-old neighbor on Saturday. The victim was doing yard work with his family at the time. The victim's son called 911. The victim's wife told the 911 dispatcher, "He's come over like 4 times confronting my husband because he thought he was a Democrat." The man, who the sheriff said has admitted to investigators that he shot his neighbor, is being held on a $950,000 bond. This was a senseless and despicable act. DJ Khaled said these new releases cannot touch the floor. The first time I entered my human wife, I said, groaning into her ear, "This is exactly how mother said it would feel. Oh my god, you got me kinda honey right now, Mr. Krause. Have you ever tasted the entrails of a man? Then, there is no carnal pleasure as delectable." Breaking, a second Tesla has hit the World Trade Center. We are excited to announce insulin is free now. Just cause we killed the planet doesn't mean we can't miss it. Porsche owner avoids jail for shooting homeless man who asked her to move car. Katie Quackenbush, 32, is pictured in a mugshot following her arrest in 2017 stemming from a shooting in Nashville. A Tennessee woman convicted of shooting a homeless man who asked her to move her Porsche in Nashville's iconic Music Row, got off without any prison time, and was sentenced instead to less than a year of probation. I love when people complain about Twitter, on Twitter. Good point. When the hamburger store gets my order wrong, I always go complain to the dry cleaners. Mark Zuckerberg admits he was wrong as he fires 11,000 employees after spending $15 billion on metaverse. I stopped giving my now almost 6-year-old before the 1-year mark and she's rarely ever sick. My almost 4-year-old has never had a single one, but I feel like she has the worst immune system. It seems like she gets every sickness she comes across. Her diet is healthy and she still breastfeeds at night. I'm second guessing if I'm making the right decision with. Have any of you noticed a correlation between your kids, who have had some, and kids without any, and the strength of their immune system? Congrats to the Internal Revenue Service for winning the largest Powerball ever. $2.04 billion Powerball winner takes home $628 million after taxes. Imagine being recess in an Asian restaurant. When Generation Z gets blamed for saving democracy. According to exit polls, 63% of voters ages 18 to 29 voted for the left in the 2022 midterms elections. That means a majority of Generation Z support destructive left-wing policies, such as socialism, open borders, student loan forgiveness, higher taxes, and late-term adoption. Clueless. The red wave is almost here. Polls close in some states in just 33 minutes. It's time to save America. Generation Z is destroying the country at the ballot box. Spokesperson for pharmaceutical giant Eli Lilly says they are in communication with Twitter to address the fake but verified Eli Lilly tweet that has been up for 3 hours and has 1,500 retweets and 10,000 likes. We are excited to announce insulin is free now. When you tell your soon-to-be husband to pick up celery for your charcuterie board, and he brings you this, we will be offering 10,000 vehicles to support the Ukrainian military. Our cars are the most advanced explosive devices on the market. You will never catch me using pronouns. Not a cell phone insight. Just people living in the moment. If there wasn't a cell phone insight, how'd the picture get taken? Since you ducking seni people never listen to fat people when we try to sugarcoat things for you, so you might listen. I'm just gonna be mean now. Having an eating disorder is inherently fat phobic. If you have an eating disorder, you are inherently fat phobic, and you need to ducking work on that. Go ducking recovery somewhere away from fat people. What a sentence. The Verge reached out to Musk for comment. Twitter no longer has a communications department. Republican Jesus. Fear everyone. Expel the stranger. Blame the poor. Ignore the sick. Feed the rich. Love only thyself. Trust only Caesar. Throw lots of stones. One day, people will realize the Holocaust was fake. And I mean fake them. Dudes ain't go through that stuff like they say they did. Let's be clear. Eli Lilly should apologize for increasing the price of insulin by over 1,200% since 1996 to $275, while it costs less than $10 to manufacture. The inventors of insulin sold their patents in 1923 for $1 to save lives, not to make Eli Lilly CEO obscenely rich. We apologize to those who have been served a misleading message from a fake Lilly account. Our official Twitter account is @LilyPad. Finally going out with my boo this weekend. Nothing wrong with young guys dating older women, but please don't dig them up. Bulk Panther 2 opening night. Movie was okay, but God was my experience a disaster. I walked up to the counter, and they asked me if I was seeing the Facepalms, and the guy looked at me confused when I said I was here for Bulk Panther. I was in a theater full of not just a bunch of bulk people but Mexicans too, all giving me weird recess looks. When I sat down, a Mexican mom walked in with her kids and even asked me if she was in the right theater. And to make matters worse, I was sat next to a Mexican family who kept whispering stuff about me and giving me weird looks. This was just like what happened with the first movie, but even worse. Terrible experience. Okay movie. Look out seeing this movie, white people, because you might not just get jumped by bulks, but also Mexicans too. Husband, wife lose teaching jobs after students find explicit OnlyFans account. Nestle says slavery reporting requirements could cost customers. Not to be a joyless communist, but if we can't have chocolate without slavery, we shouldn't have chocolate. Grandma. All people think about is Lex these days. Grandma. If God made you a male, that's not a mistake. If God made you a female, that's not a mistake. Saying any different is insulting a perfect creator. Read your word. God made you a brunette, yet you are now brown. God gave you bad vision, yet you fixed it with glasses. God gave you crooked teeth, yet you straightened them with braces. Trans people change the outside to match the inside just like you do. Sit down. Jesus said to combat impersonation, we've added an official label to some accounts. We are not currently putting an official label on accounts, but we are aggressively going after impersonation and deception. I don't wanna be Christmas forever at Elon Musk. Please help, I've made a mistake. You should be able to change your name now. Thank you. I'm sure our enemies are quacking in their boots, while we are still over here trying to count ballots. It's only $8. Why is that? Only low IQ people seem to have a problem with this. Plebs. Now they are making rainbow colored bagels to market them to children. I can't believe this needs to be said, but if you're bit by a snake, please don't bring the snake to the emergency room with you. Rick Wiles thinks that meatless foods can alter human DNA in order to cause human beings to no longer be technically classified as humans, a plot that would make it impossible for them to be saved by Christ. Christian TV host, vegetarian hamburgers are a Luciferian plot to change human DNA. Twitter feels increasingly alive. Do you believe this, or do you keep tweeting it to make yourself feel better after massively overpaying for it? Insulin should be free. I'm generating insulin for free inside my body. If you drank less soda and ate less Cheetos, you could do it too. Just coincidence? Florida banned mass mail-in ballots, banned ballot harvesting, requires voter ID, and Governor DeSantis created an election police force. Florida also just had historic win margins across the state for Republicans, while Democrats somehow won close races elsewhere across America during a horrific economy. Do the math. Jewel shopping, the woman who intentionally damaged sight. Has anyone written about the projection of diet culture and anti-fatness onto animals? There's so much anxiety about overfeeding and ideal weight, and it sounds no different than the anti-fat pseudoscience we have for humans. My sister has put her cats on a diet because they are overweight, and it's just like what the duck, they are cats dude, just let them be. Same thing is happening with voter fraud as happened in 2020. We've just overthrown the government of Brazil. We apologize to those who have been served a misleading message from a fake Twitter account. We have not overthrown a government since 1954. Unmarried women in America are lost, miserable, addicted to selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors and alcohol, racked with guilt from abortion, and wandering from partner to partner. They are the Democrats' core base now, and the Democrats will do everything possible to manufacture more of them. It's objectively hilarious to see their Let's Go Brandon flag at half-staff after the election. MIT reports Twitter lost over 1 million users since Elon Musk's takeover. Why is he lying? Twitter usage is at an all-time high lol. I just hope the servers don't melt. Curtis Hayes, mayor of a town in Tennessee, signed a proclamation declaring April Confederate History Month in the city. 88% of evangelical Christians voted for Herschel Walker, not Warnock, the candidate who has devoted his adult life to Jesus Christ. Let that sink in. Florida man breaks into jail to hang out with his friends. Is Florida even real? Somebody told me to vote. I told them I'm not American. They called me an asshole and said it would be my fault if Trump was re-elected. If America is such a horrible country, why are thousands of Hondurans trekking across the continent to try and get in? Because in 2009 the US government supported and legitimized a military coup in Honduras that led to extreme poverty, violence, and repression. As we say with most things you come across in a national park, whether it be a banana slug, unfamiliar mushroom, or a large toad with glowing eyes in the dead of night, please refrain from clicking. Thank you. Oops. Toot. The more the left fires shots at me, the more powerful and alpha I become. Their hate-filled bullets of deceit reflect off my skin and into their beta narratives. Paid $44 billion. Now worth $8 billion. I declare bankruptcy. Arizonians know bullshit when they see it. A rare moment of self-awareness here. Climate change is not a treat to humanity. Humans today are living in freezing -50 degrees Celsius to crazy heat plus 50 degrees Celsius. A few degrees up or down won't make a difference. Of course Elon is stupid enough to think people will pay $8 a month to have their posts be seen. He literally paid $44 billion for that validation. What did he think was gonna happen? Matt Walsh won't stop calling me and talking about genitalia. I'm over here stroking my nut. I got lotion on my nut right now. With a lot of room for improvement. One of our next features we're adding is your geolocation of where you post each tweet. This feature is only for children under the age of 12. Make America Florida. One of your companies is under an FTC consent decree. Auto safety watchdog NHTSA is investigating another for killing people. And you're spending your time picking fights online. Fix your companies, or Congress will. Perhaps it is, because your real account sounds like a parody. Colorado police officers charged after train hits a patrol car with a handcuffed woman still inside. Father of 23 kids only had sex at night because he thought spam was sleep. I know it sounds dumb, but think about it. They little humans just like us. They gotta sleep. The entire transgender movement can be seen as a result of mirror-unification of the human libido leading to complete derangement, our own sex drive, until out of that derangement manifests a literal sensual demon, a monstrum incarnate, a narcotic parody of sex. Legalize comedy. Comedy is now legal on Twitter. Going forward, any Twitter handles engaging in impersonation without clearly specifying parody will be permanently suspended. For the love of the Russian dictator and the Confederate flag. Imagine you miss a payment on a Tesla and it drive itself back to the dealership. Teslas aren't sold in dealerships. There's a dealership about a mile away from me. I went to the Trump rally in Dayton yesterday. Found Klan literature scattered on the ground. Master Clans of America. Knights of the Ku Klux Klan. God. Race and nation. Officers kill man with no active warrants at wrong house. No active warrants is an odd yet intentionally malicious way of saying innocent man. President Trump and Vice President Nugent. Happy and thoughtful Veterans Day. And have a great weekend, everyone. Elon Musk just suspended Daniel Radcliffe for portraying Weird AI to promote a movie in which he portrays Weird AI. Apparently acting and comedy are now both illegal on Twitter. So much for free speech. Account suspended. Unmarried women in America are lost, miserable, addicted to SSRIs and alcohol, racked with guilt from abstinence, and wandering from partner to partner. They are the Democrats' core base now, and the Democrats will do everything possible to manufacture more of them. To be more precise, accounts doing parody impersonations. Basically, tricking people is not okay. We are adding a parody subscript to clarify. This is not nearly enough. Elon Musk must ban all parody and satire accounts. These caricatures are dangerous and promote mockery of intersectionally oppressed folks of color such as myself. As a society, why are we okay with people with any lifelong illness reproducing? They are just passing those bad genes on. Shall we just round up everyone who doesn't have ideal genes then? Perhaps we can pick a night to go house to house and gather these individuals up. We can take them by train to some very fun little summer camps where they can be useful by providing labor. We'll also be sure to provide them with showers to make sure they're nice and clean. What alternative are you suggesting then? Are you advocating for the use of eugenics? I'm advocating that everyone adopt the logical opinion that some people shouldn't reproduce. Do you want kids with genetic problems? When you hear about people that are unfit to reproduce having kids, you shouldn't say congratulations. All it would take is a change in public opinion to convince the majority of people with bad genetics that it's better if they sterilize themselves. It should all be left up to choice, but the logic is clear. It would benefit us all in future generations. By the way, I'd like to apologize for Twitter being super slow in many countries. App is doing greater than 1000 poorly batched RPCs just to render a home timeline. Twitter now is as vibrant as when you were a child. Those gym girls be killing me with the natural body still in posts. Butch being in the gym for 90 hours a week and surviving on supplements and chicken best ain't natural. Sit on a couch and do nothing for 6 months straight and then talk to us about natural. Danger. Unstable bluffs keep off. Tragic news. R.I.P. Man dies in Lake District while out walking with his friends. Love, the Lake District been there many times. Children illegally hired for graveyard shifts cleaning JBS meat plants. Feds say. In 2016, A student left a pineapple in an art museum in Scotland. 2 days later, it had been placed in a glass case as part of an exhibition. Your clock counts wrong, it's 1 through 12 o'clock. This was taken a while ago, if that's what you mean. No, your time says 17. And there's only 1 through 12 o'clock. Right. When the left tells you it may take days to count the votes. Just remember, America's Got Talent can count 150 million votes in one commercial break. Interesting take on this. Hey, I like your beard. Thanks. You can sit on it anytime you want. That's on me. I walked right into that one. So, I'm going to be very straightforward with you. I'm in town this week for work. I think you're really attractive. And I'd like to hook up with you. I'm also married and looking to play in secret. What are my chances? So that's a funny way of saying I'm cheating on my wife. Men like you disgust me. Photo. This umbrella sparked a scare at a hospital in Washington after it was mistaken for a rifle. Ah, a rifle. I would pay good money to watch this. The person who told me to go back to where I came from. Immigrants are taking our jobs. Just arrived for his job interview with me. It was really fun. Teachers who make humiliating bathroom passes to embarrass them from going during class. I'm missing out on an educational experience because I have to tinkle. Florida dads accused of shooting each other's daughters in road rage incident. A 5-year-old was shot in the leg, while another bullet pierced a 14-year-old in the back, causing a collapsed lung. Matt Walsh, who defended teen pregnancy and called adolescence a modern plague, says that arranged marriages are without a doubt superior to our system. Every person in the dating scene right now would be happier if they were just matched up with someone against their will.